2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
It's Wednesday Night Basketball, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Greg Anthony and Brent Barron. And from the sideline, David Aldridge. And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Well, guys, Karl Anthony Towns has a different disposition.
Outstanding, D.A. Thank you. Two teams that run offense through the block, Brent. What does playing inside out do to a defense?
Well, it's kind of the idea, and we've talked about it, Kevin, the accordion of the defense.
Right.
You press them in and then out, and then at some point, if they don't work themselves back in, there are advantages on driving angles, there's advantages of attacking closeouts, and then opportunities open up. And the more of those easy shots go in, it starts to deflate that defense.
Boy, you need that center to kind of have his head on a swivel, right? He's got to have that great vision about where guys are.
Well, between that and also you being a big polka fan, we'll see how this accordion defense plays out tonight.
I love the polka. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. So on the floor for Minnesota, Gibson plays the 4 with Towns in the middle. Teague is at the point with Wiggins at the 2. And it's Butler at small forward. And the call will be against Jeff Teague. That is his first foul of the game. Antetokounmpo kicks to Middleton. Antetokounmpo looking over the floor. And the shot goes down. Antetokounmpo's got the first points on the scoreboard for the Bucks.
I like how Giannis is inviting a little bit more contact and no longer shying away from it.
Here's Butler. Milwaukee with the rebound.
No doubt disappointed with that one. He'd love to have that one back.
Yeah, I'd put that play on repeat. The setup was perfect. Just need a better result next time.
Now here's Middleton. And now it's Teague running. He can go all the way. And it's slammed in by Teague.
And Teague takes advantage of the room he had in front of him, creating an easy opportunity for himself.
Bledsoe kicks to Antetokounmpo. A little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. Right at the free throw line, and a little luck that time, but it drops.
Oh, that's some fancy ball handling right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble?
Out to the right wing. Here's Towns, and a miss there on the triple. The Bucks have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Antetokounmpo passes to Snell. Antetokounmpo with the bucket. Antetokounmpo's got his second basket of the game.
Well, playmaking and scoring, that's what Giannis is up to here tonight.
Teague with the ball, now guarded by Bledsoe. Here's Wiggins. That shot is off. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo.
Now, offense sputtering just a bit here, 1 for 4 in the game. But if my counting is right, they've made 4 of their first 5. That's good.
Wiggins surveying the floor. Butler against Middleton. Lopez with the steal. To the middle. Here's Antetokounmpo. Bucket is good. Antetokounmpo's got 8 points.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Now for the Bucks in 2017, Brent, disagreement over front office candidates, a divided leadership structure. If you're on that roster, how much of those kinds of things concern you?
I don't think the players are worried about that at all, because what you have now is a new voice in the locker room. You're going to have to learn a lot of new language, new offense, new defense, and that's enough to make you think just about basketball and not the business of basketball, Kevin.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout.
And Chris Middleton, 2 seasons ago, tore his hamstring completely off the bone. I mean, he's come back and hasn't missed a beat. One of the most well-rounded players you'll see.
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. A nice shot by Teague. Milwaukee leading by 6. Here is Bledsoe. Here's Antetokounmpo. Towns with the defensive effort. And Chris Middleton with maybe, Greg, his best season yet in 2017-18.
It just seems like he gets better every year. A former second-round pick, now all-star caliber. He's worked extremely hard, stayed in the lab, and now we're seeing the results.
Pass to Snell. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. It's on Jimmy Butler.
Giannis, if you talk about maturity, the next thing you're going to see is him playing with great patience. Let the play unfold and then take what the defense gives you.
Brogdon, he's checked in for the Bucks. Jang, he's checked in for Minnesota. Rose comes in for Teague. Rose kicks to Towns. Wiggins against Antetokounmpo. Wiggins finds Rose. Shot clock at 6. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Butler from outside. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Butler's got his second bucket tonight. Brogdon the pass to Antetokounmpo. And the layup falls. Antetokounmpo's got 12 points in the game.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Rose dishes to Butler. Passes it to Towns. Lopez with the steal. And that one's good. Towns.
And from day one, Towns has been one of the NBA's top post players. A versatile, well-rounded game on the low block. It doesn't hurt that he can step outside and knock down the jumper either.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. 12 points for him. Wiggins against Brogdon. Lets the three fly. He can't get it to go. Now the Bucks take it the other way. To the inside. Here's Bledsoe. Some solid defense from Rose.
Credit the defense, wisely avoiding fouling the shooter. Don't want to give up a personal there, but he made him attempt a difficult layup.
Now here's Butler. He's got 6, and they double up Butler. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And so it's Milwaukee now. And so it's Bledsoe with it, bringing it up for the Bucks. It's a 3-point game. Kicks it to Antetokounmpo. It's stolen by Rose. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Now, you don't want to forget about the athleticism of Butler. Just a sick slammer of the basketball. You can't allow him to get to that launching pad.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game.
And unfortunately, injuries will always be the concern with Derrick Rose. Still loves the game of basketball, knows he is limited compared to what he once was. Amazing with all he's fought through, he can still perform at such a high level.
Tyus Jones, he's checked in for Minnesota. And Gorgui Dieng is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Now the pass to Ilyasova. DiVincenzo. He's covered by Rose. They get it back. And stolen by Dieng. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Here's Towns. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And already a leader at such a young age. Towns' teammates look to him to anchor them on both ends, and he has not disappointed.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. And the free throw is good, now leading by 1.
He talks so much about rhythm from the field. How about a rhythm from the free throw line? That looks good.
DiVincenzo, defended by Jones. Back to Brogdon. Clock at 6.
little over-aggressive. He's got to dial it back if he wants to stay on the floor. 2 fouls in the first. Tough to overcome.
For Milwaukee, they have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
And he makes both free throws.
Brogdon being the rookie of the year and coming in and doing a great job for the Milwaukee Bucks. This is a guy who could play either guard position and has a great mentality and great poise as a point guard.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Feeds to Henson. Sinks that one from the post. Henson's got his first points of the night.
Now, this is where he should operate. Henson has developed his skills but has limited range.
On the basket by Jones. Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Milwaukee Bucks. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. And we've got more NBA action on 2K. And pronouncing Giannis Antetokounmpo's name correctly has been a challenge for many, something he discussed before today.
The worst I've ever heard was my rookie year. A guy called me Anteto, and kunupi in Greek means mosquitoes. So he basically said anti-mosquito.
And the mosquito, definitely not a good comparison for Giannis.
Yeah, more like a condor. But that last name certainly has a lot of people looking for nicknames.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far in the scoreboard. And for the Bucks guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
So far, they've been active scoring the basketball, built up a little lead here, and looking good.
Well, when you come out in the first quarter with that kind of offense, obviously the game plan is in full effect. Let's see if they can keep that momentum going.
Up front, you have Ilyasova and Henson. Then there's Malcolm Brogdon, and it's Connaughton in at the 3 spot. So that's who Milwaukee starts the second with. Pass to Henson. Brogdon with it. The feed to Ilyasova. Rebound by Jang.
Now, those are the kind of shots you like him taking. Even though he missed it, the offense will take those.
The Bucks trail. Got a piece of it. And they're on the break. Butler finds Rose. It's good. Rose has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And Derrick Rose certainly equipped athletically to punish teams in the paint.
Pass to Henson. Down low. And now Minnesota on the fast break. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Brent, the league is shaking things up as far as training and evaluation of referees. Do you think it'll result in getting a higher percentage of calls correct? They're pretty good as it is now.
The referees are fantastic.
They are.
And the fact that we're even having a discussion about a higher percentage of correct calls, Kevin, I would just like to have a higher percentage of correct calls for the rest of this game with you.
Well, good. This guy next to me handed me this card. It wasn't my idea. It was this guy over here.
Yeah, well,
he said, ask Brent about the refereeing.
We need the stats, guys.
Yeah. Oh, no, we do. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Butler against Middleton. Butler with the steal. Inside. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And maybe a little disengaged in the first quarter. Ball didn't come his way. He's really provided some scoring in the second quarter of action.
The Timberwolves shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
Middleton outside. And he can't stop the run as he misses. Timberwolves leading by 9. Teague with a clean look. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Passes it to Connaughton. Lays it up off the glass.
Artful passing on that play, showing a real desire to set up the teammate.
Rose kicks to Gibson. Back to Rose. There's the pass to Butler. Just 5 to shoot. And there's the foul. It goes on Ilyasova. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Well, there are good fouls, and then there's those fouls. That's not a good one. Limits himself on defense, and he can't nearly be as physical for the rest of the period.
Teague deciding where to go with it. Three-pointer on the way. Drills it from outside. Teague's got 7 points.
What a sweet-looking stroke there from Teague. He's lethal from the three-point line.
Timeout called, the Bucks. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Wiggins is checked in.
And being over the limit this early really can affect your aggressiveness defensively. They have got to play under control.
The Timberwolves made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts.
And Derrick Rose, the former #1 overall pick in 2008, one of the most athletically gifted point guards the league has ever seen.
Brook Lopez is checked in for the Bucks. And so he hits both.
And didn't have a single free throw in that first quarter, but he started to play with a little bit more of an edge to his game here in the second.
Bledsoe kicks to Connaughton. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Pass to Lopez. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
Well, I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there.
And Andrew Wiggins, the #1 overall pick back in 14. Great bloodlines, the son of pro athletes. The game just seems to come easy to him.
And the shot goes in. 13 points for Rose.
Such astounding shooting right now from him. He is untouchable from the perimeter. What a performance.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. You know, Greg, the game comes so easy to Wiggins, but some say he needs to be more assertive, more aggressive. Do you see that?
I mean, high expectations for a player that was taken first overall. The length and athleticism should enable him to impact the game in so many ways, but you know, his motor doesn't always rev high enough to take advantage.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Snell's checked in. Rose passes to Chang. Outside Teague. Back to Jang. It's deflected. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That's on Jeff Teague. And you ask his teammates, Tony Snell is a very soft-spoken, very modest guy. But, Greg, don't let that fool you.
No, he's a competitor. I mean, he goes hard every minute he's on the court, even now that he's playing big minutes.
And so Snell nails both of them. Shooting guard Tony Snell, Brent, breaking through as a start of the last couple seasons with the Bucks.
You know, finally got a long-term contract so he can settle into having a long career in this league. And I think last year handled himself well between being a starter, then coming off the bench, and just being asked to get out there and knock down some threes along with playing some solid defense.
And it's Rose missing. Bucks trail by 8. And Gorgui Dieng is going to pick up a foul. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And that's his 4th foul. And we're not even at halftime. That is going to limit his playing time and his aggressiveness the rest of the game.
Karl Anthony Towns checked in for the Timberwolves. Jones comes in for Derrick Rose. There's the lob to Towns. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
That's the kind of work you want your point guard to do. Sensational ball movement by Jeff Teague there to set up his man.
And Lopez throws it down.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
If anything could change the momentum, it's that kind of play. cloud of smoke, has people standing on their feet.
Towns wide open. And the three off target.
Well, the defense better look up and say thanks. Leaving guys that wide open is not a recipe for success.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Bledsoe. Here's Snell. 5 points in the game. No good from Bledsoe. There's the triple. Got it for his fourth field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
As soon as Teague pulls up for the jumper, you just have a feeling it's going to go in.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
And Karl Anthony Towns, one of the most prolific three-point shooters in the league, at least top 3 amongst all 7-footers, and his three-point percentage elite as well, over 40%.
And the Bucks making a change here. Brogdon's checked in. 1:58 left now here in the second. And it's Jones with the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Outside, Towns. The three-pointer is right on target. Towns has got 5 points in the quarter. And Towns said he'd emulate Kevin Durant as a kid playing on the perimeter at Kentucky. Cal made him play inside, work in the post, and use his size.
So going back to his roots with his three-point shooting, the association experiencing a three-point renaissance, and he really does fit the mold.
That one goes in.
This is a good sign here. Brogdon, under duress, still comes through.
Teague finds Towns. Back to Teague. The kick out to Towns. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Towns has got 14 points.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
Lopez passes to Antetokounmpo. The Bucks working the ball around. And that one's good, Brogdon.
Well, there's some good length for Brogdon, and that helped him maybe get over the top and make that contested shot.
Jones, the pass to Towns. Over Lopez. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. 16 points for him.
He's torching the D right now, hitting a high percentage of all the shots he's let fly.
Back to Bledsoe. Lets it fly from 18. Second shot opportunity. Lopez, no luck. Timberwolves leading by 15. Teague kicks to Wiggins. Up and in, it's good. First basket of the game for him. 1 for 4 shooting.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Now, Antetokounmpo, he's got 14. It's stolen by Jones. And so it's Minnesota out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. They've excelled in the open court. Their transition game has allowed them to build this health.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Mike Budenholzer. Coach, probably not the defensive effort you were hoping for thus far.
Yeah, no, our defense isn't where it needs to be. I think they're getting open looks. We're over-shifting, and then we're not committing to shooters. Just not a very good defensive effort so far.
Mike, thanks very much for your time. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, Hoop fans. The first half was all about Karl Anthony Towns. He had 16 points, 3 steals, and 7 rebounds. He has bounced back nicely from what was a tough night for him in their last game. Judging by that first half, he's back to his old self again. And Kenny, what did you see out there from the Timberwolves?
Well, we knew Big.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Karl Anthony Towns has been sensational.
Yeah, and through 2 quarters, he's been lights out. And you know he's going to look to add to those totals.
And defensively, hard to force him out of the rhythm at this point because he has a number of ways with which he can beat you.
Here's who Tom Thibodeau is starting the second half with. Wiggins and Butler make up the perimeter. Gibson plays the 4 with Towns in the middle. And it's Teague in at the point. Bledsoe kicks to Snell. Back to Bledsoe. 5 on the clock. Three-pointer. Good on the three-point shot. Bledsoe's got his second basket of the night.
Now, Bledsoe can play fast, but it's about him playing under control. A nice job in that pick-and-roll set.
The kick out to Teague. Pass to Gibson. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Teague's got 5 assists tonight.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Back to Bledsoe. Left side, Antetokounmpo, and he gets the bucket. Antetokounmpo's got 16.
I mean, just look at the box score right now. He's not only filling it up with these points, but in every facet of the game.
Towns from the wing. Rebound, Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Bledsoe, and the jam by Bledsoe.
And that's some inspiration. Steals, blocks, and a big dunk. Those are ways that you can really change the momentum in a game.
Well, they got to chip away at that deficit, and no doubt that'll help.
Well, the team needed just a bit of momentum shifting back to their side. They're excited. Let's see if they can maintain that excitement long enough to get some damage done.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
And from everything you hear about Giannis Antetokounmpo, he keeps a laser focus. Basketball and his family are his sole preoccupation.
Jang, he's checked in for Taj Gibson. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Antetokounmpo finds Bledsoe. Back to Antetokounmpo. Clock at 6. And the call will be against Jeff Teague. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And some have even compared Giannis to Kobe Bryant for his single-minded dedication, Greg, to improvement.
Yeah, you know, something of an introvert. Not a guy you'll find out on the town or schmoozing with other stars. He's content to save outside pursuits for after his playing days are done.
This just doesn't seem to be his night, or his team's for that matter either. And they got to pull it together here quick, or it's going to be lights out.
And it's Bledsoe. That time on the assist by Middleton. Bledsoe's got 7 now in this quarter.
You love to see the resolve from an offensive player after a disappointing first half. He's been terrific here in the second.
And the foul on Eric Bledsoe. That's his first foul. Ilyasova, he's checked in for the Bucks. Pat Connaughton comes in for Chris Middleton. Bucks on defense. Passes to Rose. Right side Towns. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Good for his 9th make and just 12 shots. That's an even 75% shooting. Bucks trail by 16. Here's Bledsoe. The putback. It's good on the putback. Henson's got his 2nd basket of the game.
Well, John Henson is out there to attack the glass and try and be a force. This is a big part of how he generates any of his offense.
Feeds it to Butler. The 8-footer. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Butler's got 10.
And each bucket at this point feels like a backbreaker.
Well, to win at this level consistently, you cannot be faint of heart, and he's going in for the kill.
Here's Bledsoe. Count it, number 5 from the floor this game. He's now 5 of 11.
Yeah, certainly an attitude change at halftime. After sort of wandering around in the first, he's kicked it into gear here for the second frame.
Rose kicks to Butler. And Henson pulls it down. Henson's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Bledsoe. Got it. Good job in the low post. Bledsoe's got 11 in the second half.
You know, he has single-handedly helped them carve into this lead thanks to his scoring in the quarter.
And there's the pass to Towns. And Henson pulls it down. Johnson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. When it comes to veteran players, Brent, on a team, what characteristics make for a good leader for a bunch of young guys under him?
We talk a lot about veteran guys on teams, Kevin, and I think one of the most important aspects to think about is that those veterans have a lot more impact if they're still part of playing minutes for a coaching staff. At some point, 4 or 5 months into a season, when an older player is telling you how to do something and only get a chance to see it during practice or him pointing it out on film when you're playing, doesn't have as much of an impact.
Doesn't resonate as much.
When a guy gets 15 minutes a night and you get to see him do those things as a young player from the bench and say, wow, everything he told me on my list, he's checked all those boxes. So having a vet that plays is much more impactful.
Good point. Timberwolves leading by 11. Jones with it. Left side, Towns. Shoots over Henson. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
No, right now he is locked in. He's getting great shots, and he's burning the D in a variety of ways.
Poked away. Now here's Jones. Outside Rose. 17-foot shot on the way. And there's another one for the Timberwolves.
It's pretty simple. I figured it out. He can't miss. Adding to the lead with ease and capitalizing on every opportunity. He can't miss.
Here's Brogdon. DiVincenzo hits the three-point bomb. He has 6.
At least get a hand up. It's not too much to ask from a coaching staff. Just not intimidating defense at all on that possession.
Here's Butler. Unable to get that one. And Milwaukee will come the other way. DiVincenzo had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Minnesota leading by 12. Here's Rose, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And a guy who's averaged as many as 7 free throws a game in his career, Rose knows how to get to the line.
This will be his 5th trip to the free throw line.
And what a performance he's put in at the free throw line.
Taj Gibson's checked in for Minnesota. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. And Brent, you look at Giannis Antetokounmpo's slashing game, standing maybe a hair under 7 foot tall. How do you even put it into words?
Well, it's hard to imagine a more perfect frame for today's game in terms of getting in transition, having a versatile offensive game, putting it down, getting to the rack. Well, the one thing that we're anxious to see is whether or not Giannis will develop the type of range from the three-point line that makes it respectable. Other than that, he's pretty much unstoppable.
Brogdon against Jones. Over in the corner, Antetokounmpo. Over Butler. And with that shot, the Minnesota lead is cut to just 11 on the basket from Antetokounmpo.
It is getting scary out there to watch Giannis do what he do.
Left side Rose, back to Towns, and Towns throws it down.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
And hammering down the two-hand slam. And here is Antetokounmpo. He's got 18. It's Brogdon on the wing. 4 on the shot clock. Shoots over Towns, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves. 13 points up at the end of the period. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. We'll return shortly. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Middleton and Giannis are your small and power forwards. Tony Snell is out there with Brogdon. And it's Lopez in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks.
Yeah, I don't think you're stopping Giannis on a drive like that. He just takes off and one stride gets by everybody.
Jones, the pass to Towns. Here's Snell. Here's Antetokounmpo. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Brogdon against Jones. Out to the right wing. Here's Towns. And that one goes long.
I'd just like to see the defensive effort get better for their ball club. They can't expect guys to miss the mid-range Jays every time.
Antetokounmpo with the bucket.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Outside Butler. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. He feeds it to Gibson. And Greg, what's not to like about Taj Gibson?
I mean, he's a hard worker defensively, finishes well inside, he's got the mid-range shooting touch. But what I like most, really, his unselfishness. He started, came off the bench, no complaints. This is a guy that just wants to win.
Taj Gibson is tough, proven veteran who plays well on both ends of the court.
Eric Bledsoe's checked in for Tony Snell. And the Timberwolves also making a change. Wiggins is checked in for Tyus Jones. Bledsoe finds Lopez. The Bucks working the ball around. Antetokounmpo, no good. And it's Teague with the ball, but he brings it up for Minnesota. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Outside, Towns buries it from three-point range. Towns has got 31 points.
And every move he makes looks like the right one at this point.
Yeah, shooting at a very high percentage right now. This one extending the lead.
From the baseline. Jump shot is good.
And what a turnaround from the first half. I mean, he's been incredible here in the second half.
T kicks to Towns. The shot by Butler, nobody around. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Got to get out on Butler from beyond the arc. His three-point stroke continues to improve.
Antetokounmpo dishes to Bledsoe. And that's good from Antetokounmpo on the assist from Lopez.
Well, if they're going to win this game, he's going to require just a little bit of help. Many of the shots he's taking are finding the hoop.
And the Timberwolves call time here. And last season, not the one Brook Lopez wanted to have before heading into free agency.
He just never seemed to find a place with the Lakers and saw his minutes decline as he wasn't in their plans. Averaged a career low in terms of minutes played per game last year. And I think he still's got a lot to offer and should bounce back closer to his all-star level of output.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I listened to Tom Thibodeau talking to his team during the break. He was very adamant in the huddle. He said, don't let up now. Stay aggressive and do the things that have gotten us this far. We're almost there, guys.
All right, thank you, David. The first free throw is good. Brook Lopez hits them both. We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in. Teague, the pass to Gibson. Over onto Antetokounmpo. No good from Gibson. Bucks trail by 13. Antetokounmpo can't get it to go. Timberwolves have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Butler against Middleton. Butler finds Towns, right wing. And there's the call on Giannis Antetokounmpo. And that'll be his third foul so far. Outside Teague. Bledsoe comes over to help. 6 to shoot. And it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Bledsoe. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Drills the three-pointer. And that's 18 points for Butler.
And until someone stops him, he's just going to continue to keep firing from distance.
Yeah, we got to be a DEFCON 1 here, because at this point, he is so dialed in, you got to get him off his spots.
Antetokounmpo, no good. Here's Wiggins, rebounded by the Bucks. Antetokounmpo's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Brogdon against Wiggins. Bledsoe kicks to Middleton. 5 to shoot. Here's Antetokounmpo. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Antetokounmpo's got 26 points. Wiggins against Brogdon. Stolen by Middleton. Here's Antetokounmpo, and Antetokounmpo schemes it in.
Yeah, he might not be the biggest guy out there, but he's willing to rip that rim off.
Teague kicks to Gibson. Back to Teague. Middleton against Butler. Wiggins from outside, and the rebound goes to Lopez.
Just not his night so far, guys.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And Giannis adding muscle to his frame for these types of situations. He'll keep getting bigger and stronger, but willing to take the hit.
Tony Snell's checked in for Malcolm Brogdon. Shoots from the high post, off the left rim and out. And so it's Bledsoe with it, bringing it up for the Bucks. Got that one, and the Minnesota lead has been cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Antetokounmpo. Now Teague. Minnesota calls timeout.
And one thing they'll discuss are the defensive rotations. The other is in the matchups.
We're seeing very little help defense on the inside, and even when there is help, it's been ineffective.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Karl-Anthony Towns.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. Minnesota with the ball. Here's Wiggins, and that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. And the Timberwolves lead by 10.
And where's the fight defensively? I mean, you need stops to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, down by double digits, failing to shut down the lane. It has been a rough night.
First one falls for him.
Well, it's interesting as Giannis has grown in this league. The Greek Freak we know is so versatile, just competing to be one of the best players in the business.
And so he hits both. Minnesota leading by 8. Pass to Wiggins. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Wiggins has got 4 points now in the quarter. The Bucks have gotten exactly 2/3 of their shots to find the bottom of the net here in the fourth, 8 of 12. Bledsoe right side. Here's Middleton. He sticks that one in from 20 feet away.
And you can sense things now starting to tighten up. Their offense has become unstoppable.
Right, big scoring run, fueled by great game planning and really some great shot making.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring. And this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, on the defensive end, this is a joke. The lack of awareness is exactly why this team is so far behind.
Wiggins outside. Pass to Butler. He kicks it to Teague. 6 on the shot clock. Wiggins from outside. And Chris Middleton pulls it down. And for Milwaukee, they're shooting 59% up to this point. They're working for great shots, and they're hitting them.
Well, Middleton right now staying aware of where his teammates are and hitting them when they're open.
Guys, you've got to think a basket here would seal it.
No question. That would be all she wrote.
Butler against Middleton. Butler dishes to Gibson. Over onto Tocumbo. 9 feet out. No good. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. Middleton inside the three-point line. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in.
Middleton proving again how clutch he is for this basketball team. Big shot there.
.20 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Two shots.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss.
And Teague can be a knockdown shooter, especially from the free throw line.
He's able to hit the second one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Timeout called the Bucks. They're trailing by 7. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
Yeah, this has been rough all the way around. I mean, coming in with high hopes and then just now trying to finish the best they can.
And I think that's exactly what we're going to see. Fight all the way through, even to the bitter end.
DiVincenzo. Count it! And now they trail by just 4.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction and the obvious result.
Yeah, when you fail to get over the top, more than likely that jumper is going to go down.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. So both teams changing it up here. And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
And those attempts right now at the charity stripe are helping them pull away.
Timeout called the Bucks. They're down by 6. 16 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, what's your take?
And they still got a little time to play with, so a 3 and a quick foul could make things interesting.
Definitely. Everything has to happen perfectly just to give them a chance.
Sinks it. What a beautiful shot to bring them to within 3.
Eric Bledsoe says pressure. What pressure? Take that.
And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
He hits the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so he drops them both. It's a 5-point game.
You've got to figure those are the free throws that officially put this game out of reach.
Here's Lopez. Misses the 3. And so they choose to intentionally foul. He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6.
And just no question that Butler is a bona fide star. I mean, a tough, rugged defender who's also a juggernaut on offense.
6 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Bledsoe for 3, can't connect. And so Minnesota takes the win. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. With Karl Anthony Towns, you looked so calm on the block. What has that focus been like for you?
Just being patient, waiting for my shot to come, not really forcing anything, but also being aggressive.
And you do both very well. Thanks, Kat. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time